grab your cup. I've changed my morning routine a little bit. I was drinking lemon water for quite a while. This is now turmeric in my lemon water with a little bit of black pepper because the body absorbs the turmeric better. And I just finished an hour in my sauna. I'll take a shower later after this, but I just did an hour in my sauna. So that's my new morning routine, is my sauna, my turmeric water, some mornings spending some time with you. And so if you are also in your morning routine grabbing a cup, or whenever you're watching this, I invite you to also grab something that you can hold in your hand, either a pen or a spoon, if you are sitting and enjoying something, and hold on to it. And I want you to squeeze pretty significantly, like hold on to this, because this holding on to your item, holding on to a pen, is going to illustrate, and I want you to experience it rather than just hear about it. We're going to illustrate what it's like to have emotions stuck in our body. And most people, what I found in my own journey and then with the clients that I work with, is that people really feel like emotions sort of overtake them and they're stuck in whatever the emotion is. So first of all, and keep holding on to this, hold it and squeeze it. First of all, emotions are part of being human. There are no emotions that are bad or negative. There are emotions that will deplete your energy, that will keep your nervous system dysregulated, that will disrupt how well you can communicate and be in relationships. Those emotions we want to allow to move through and pass through us. It's energy. That's what emotion is, energy. So the energy of anger, or the energy of fear, or the energy of shame or resentment, those kinds of emotions, we want to acknowledge them and feel them because we're human and they're not going away. And in fact, if we don't feel them and we shove them down, then this is part of what happens, is they stay locked in our body. They stay trapped when we don't actually acknowledge them and feel them. But we don't want to set up welcome there either. We don't want to overstay our welcome, I should say, or set up camp. I was combining those two. We don't want to set up camp and stay there and overstay our welcome in anger, overstay our welcome in shame, because that's when problems happen. So if you're a person who's felt like, I can't help it, emotions just overtake me, and a lot of times when we've had that frequency of anger, remember it's energy, and it has stayed in our body, now we're much more likely to go to anger. It's going to be our go-to place. And the anger that's already stored in our body is right there. So anger becomes our pattern, or fear, or whatever, anxiety or shame. If you can recognize that the emotion is actually not you and create some space, if you can separate yourself from the emotion and recognize that you actually do have control over it, then instead of feeling like it's part of you, if you've been holding on to this whole conversation, we're now about 3.5 minutes in, and you start to notice, I can't even distinguish that I'm holding this in my hand. I'm holding it tightly enough that the pen and my hand all seem like the same thing. It's just part of me, but it's really not. It's a separate item, right? The emotions are not you. They're just something that you feel and you allow to move through. So in order to illustrate this, I want you to now start to open up your fingers. And when you open up your fingers, you feel, oh, there is a separateness. This and my hand are two separate things. So me and my emotions are two separate things. And sometimes, oftentimes, you'll hear people say, I'm so angry right now. I don't know when I'm going to get over this. I don't know if I'm ever going to get over this. I'm not going to get over this. I'm so angry, or I'm so afraid. I'm always afraid, whatever it is. Let's stick with anger. You can get over it, but you have to choose to open your grip, and you have to choose to separate yourself from it. It's a choice. So absolutely you want to feel it first, because that's where a lot of the problem comes in, when we have been taught that certain emotions are scary or not accepted. that we shouldn't be feeling them, that it's not okay, and we shove them down. Then this happens in our body. It stays in our body. It affects our organs. So feel them first. And then, like for anger, ask yourself, am I ready to stop being angry? And the answer may be no. The answer may be no, I'm not ready. Okay, I'm not ready. I still have a lot of anger that I need to move through. Then you want to do the things that help move it. So moving your body will move the energy through. Maybe you need to scream into a pillow. There's a lot of things that you can do to allow and support the energy to move through. But then, when am I willing to stop being angry? And it's not about whatever you're angry about. It's not about that thing. Well, that thing still exists, therefore I'm still angry. What it is about you, and you deciding that who you want to be in your life, how you want to feel, your health, your life experience, whether you're living your life in anger day after day after day, or whether you're going to choose to live your life peaceably. That's your choice. You get to decide that. But once you say, well, I want to live my life peaceably, then you've got to be willing to say, I'm going to put down the anger. I'm going to release the grip, and I'm not going to stay there. Even if that person or that situation that I'm angry about has not changed at all. This is about me, not about that. So there's some things that you can look up. I use the Sedona method with my clients, or also just letting go, which is kind of a variation of each other, pretty much what I just said here, but really practicing and asking yourself, what am I feeling? Am I allowing myself to feel it? Definitely do that. Am I ready to let it go? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then when? Maybe it'll be tonight before I go to bed. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. But pick an end point and then do what it takes to allow that energy and that emotion to move through you. And then when the end point comes, do what it takes to breathe and relax, and there's might be some shifting in your thinking about it. Mostly when we want to stay in anger, we want to stay right. We're in judgment about something or someone. They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't have said that. Something isn't the way we expect it should be, and so we're angry. So there's judgment. Whenever we're in judgment, we're being right. When we're being right and we're in judgment, we stay in anger. And just look at all the wars around the world. Look at every relationship that's failed. It's an unwillingness to give up being right, and an unwillingness to accept whatever it is so that you can release the anger. And it's all about you. It's all about you and your own health and your own life experience. So I would love to know what you think about that. I would love to know if you actually held a pen or a spoon while we chatted a little bit, and if you could actually get a sense of that. And the changing your thinking about it takes definitely some other tools and I think some perspective to help you do that. So I'm always here for that as well. You could let me know, but I would love to hear what your thoughts are on being able to release emotions so that you can live your life peaceably the way you want to. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Have a good day.